Hey y'all, I know a ton of people don't watch these question and answer videos, but a lot of you seem to enjoy it. It's kind of my way to give back a little bit to so many of you who are supportive of us. So I'm going to continue doing them. If you continue asking questions, I'll do my best to answer a lot of them. Sometimes I'll answer them in the comments, and sometimes we'll put them on the video. So at any rate, don't forget to leave a comment below, leave a question below, and hopefully we can get to it. If I can't answer it, maybe somebody out there in the community who's listening who has the answers can answer it. And I by no means have all the answers, and a lot of times I'm wrong, but I like doing these videos because a lot of viewers will help me out as well. So at any rate, thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoy. So when you Frankenbox boxes, does it just go priority or off the weight? I didn't think you could alter those boxes. So yeah, I alter priority mailboxes all the time. I don't alter the priority flat rate ones, although I imagine you can get away with that too, as I think Toy Addict talks about down here. But I don't do it because I have so many of the other boxes, so why even risk it? So yeah, you can alter the heck out of them. I Frankenbox all the time. Now, what I don't use is I don't use priority mailboxes and then take it to FedEx, which I see some people doing. So hopefully that helps. Nikki says, please explain how shipping lightweight items first class is cheaper than priority mail. Well, first class, anything under 16 ounces, if you're shipping off of eBay or some other platform under 16 ounces, is cheaper. It's just cheaper just because that's the way they set their rates. First class items are cheaper. I think it's 13 ounces if you're not going through a different platform, if you're buying retail prices. I don't know if y'all can hear Boots over there, but she's whining about something, so I'll have to take care of that. So, Nikki, I hope that helps, and it looks like there's some replies down there with some pretty good info, too. Thanks. All right, Norma asks an interesting question, and basically to sum it up here, she asks if it's okay to use a 4x4x4 box and talks about the regulations saying 3.5 by 5 inches long and not to wrap the label around. So I don't know the actual rules for the USPS in regards to this. I will just say this, and I've had a couple people tell me this at the post office before, so this is what I do. I do wrap the labels on the 4x4x4. And the key to it is to make sure that the two little barcodes on it, one at the top right and then one all the way across the bottom, those are not folded. So basically I go to the bottom of the address and I make the fold underneath the name and address. And I've shipped hundreds and hundreds of these, never ever had a problem. So I don't know, maybe I'm breaking the rules here, I'm not sure. But it has seemed to work, never had one lost and never had a complaint. James asks, when you print all the labels at once, how do you keep track of which packages they go to? So when I package the packages, we write on there what it is. And then when you print them off, they print off in the same order as they are listed on eBay. So you just simply go down the list one by one and look at the item and then pull off the packaging label and put it on the right item. So it's all in order.
All right, this is a question from Ivy, although I don't really think it's a question. I think it's a statement. Is it ever a bad buy if you make money? Even a few dollars adds up. So, yes. If it's taking you away from things you can make more money on, because of the time involved, I'd still say it's a bad buy. But you do make a great point, Ivy. Thanks.
All right, here's a question from Steven. He says, here's a question for your next question answering video. With all your experience you have packaging and shipping, do you ever get any additional charges from USPS shipping because they decided you underpaid on shipping an item? Had that today, and then he explains it. So actually that's happened one time, and another time they sent it back to me because it was 1/10 of an ounce over, which I thought was insane. But I have actually had them refund me money 2 times. So, I don't know. All right, it's just me and Pepper in the shed here tonight. So, all right. I am answering my first question in the Commonwealth cabin here. So, here we go. Bobby Charles. Kevin, love your content and videos. I have a question. When comping and researching for resale prices, how do you price your items when they are all over the board? I have seen some of my researches where a sold price will be between $3 and $27. Active listings are the same. both had about the same shipping cost. Just curious, thanks in advance. So first of all, I think this question's a little bit more complicated than it might seem offhand. I would have to know what the item is, really, because if it's a mechanical item of some sort, electronic item, the $3 price could be for something that's not working. You really got to do your research. So basically, I would look in the sold comps first, and I would figure out what is the average selling price. I also would look at maybe some of the ones that have sold for a lot of money and look at their titles and see if there is a keyword in their title that the other ones don't have. In other words, you wouldn't think that somebody would pay $27.99 for an item when they see it out there with their own two eyes for $3 or for $10 or $15 or whatever. But if they use a keyword in their search that the other ones don't have, then $27.99 might be the lowest price they see. So that's one good thing to do, is look at those sold comps and figure out that if there's a difference in the title. If there's not, I don't know what to tell you other than average price is good. Check condition. If yours is in good condition, if it's tested, then bump it up a little bit. You can always drop the price later. And then the other advice I would give is go to the ones that aren't sold and look at the competition. What is the one that is most similar to you, to your item? And then try to be very competitive with it. So that's the best I can do. It's really complicated unless I can actually see the item. But Bobby, I hope that helps. All right, we are still in the Commonwealth cabin out here, and this one is from I Got This by Dawn. My sales are up. I also wanted to thank you. I started watching your channel a few months ago from John or Lonnie. I have been selling for about 7 years. You mentioned parting out a New Wave and other appliances. I decided to try it out, and I bought a New Wave at the community sale for $10 and parted it out, and already over 130 in gross sales. I also bought a pasta machine, $8. An Ostra Kitchen Center, $25. Ooh, that might be a little pricey for that one, but I'll tell you what, I've done that before and I've made some money, and over $300 gross sales on those too. Thank you for your tips. Always learning new things. Love your new shed. Hey, wait a minute, that's not a question. That just makes me look really good. Well, oh well. Hey, thanks so much. We appreciate it. Hey, one more thing I just thought of while we're doing this here. Look at bread machines. If you can get them dirt cheap, you can literally just sell the paddle and make money. The paddles sometimes go for decent money depending on the model. Just a little question from Robin. She says, "Hi Kevin, really enjoy your videos. You're so refreshing. Can you tell me the advantage of having single stitch on vintage shirts? I think they'd wear a lot faster. Is it just that it's an indicator of age? Thanks so much." So actually, single stitch is just the stitching at the bottom, the hem of the shirt. And it's exactly that. It's an indicator of its age. Now they do two lines of stitching to make sure it lasts longer. And that's all it is. So it's just an indicator, and it's something that you can put in a listing to make sure people, because people could put vintage shirt all day long, and then you look it up and it's really not a vintage shirt. So if you see single stitch in there, it basically is saying, hey, yeah, this is the real deal. All right, this is a great question here. Retired reseller, how come we never see Bubba? Well, he doesn't like to come on too many videos. Maybe I can answer this question. Maybe we're going to get him to make a cameo here in just a second. Hey, just outside enjoying the nice weather, and I got a question that I thought I'd do out here and then point the camera in the direction of the Commonwealth cabin. That shed, Clifford asks me how big that shed is. What are the dimensions? So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to talk about those dimensions for you real quick. All right, so it is 28 by 12, but really it's 24 by 12 because that front porch takes away 4 feet. But my little girl wanted it, so we went ahead and did it. And of course, above that, you'll see that little extra storage area. So I guess it's, it's not 28 by 12, but at least we have that storage area at the top. Now, one person did bring up something I thought was interesting that I wish I would have done, and that is get the door to open out instead of in. That would have been beneficial. It would have saved me that space for storage right behind the door. But other than that, I am really, really happy.